Hey, what's good? So these clips are just for my weekend adventures with the E28. I get into detail about what I want to get done
Okay,
on the car,
it's been a while.
and then the following clips show me actually doing some of the work that I wanted to
December
do
7th,
in this first video.
2019. It's kind of breakout, and I'm gonna decide to do some small stuff. Like I said, every little bit counts. Trying to get motivated. I just sit in my car, absorbing all the heat I can before I came out here. Been a minute, man. I haven't looked at this joint in a while, and I gotta do something. Had a lot of plans for it to be done by now, but the heavy lifting and the heavy stuff has been completed, so that's good for me. I don't gotta stress about that too much. Okay, so what I might do today, I'm gonna take one of these with me. I gotta get the nut to secure the engine, because right now the engine's in place but it's not properly mounted, and you gotta get that done. Pop the hood, shall we? Damn, son, that was crazy, son. I forgot how much of stuff I had in here. Yeah, clutch and everything's in here, all the other stuff in here. I still have to make that hole, man. I'm trying to figure out a way to do it. Ideally, it would have been better for me to make that hole when the transmission and everything like that was not fully connected. But as you guys remember, I put the transmission and connected it to the drive shaft and etc. and etc. So I can't guesstimate where the hole is going to be made. Now, the reason why I need the hole is because this setup is a little bit different. This car, it was not a 5-speed from factory. It was automatic, and because I'm doing a 5-speed conversion and this chassis doesn't have the provisions for that bracket, I have to do a workaround. Now, somebody in the forum gave me a workaround where I just drill a hole through that plate, because I have the old school style, which is not like the other fork, which is a little mountain plate, black bracket plate that bolts to the back of the transmission. I have to drill a hole through that, and it'll come out through one of this area somewhere around here. I have 2 rubber bushings to put on top and the bottom with like a washer and everything like that, and make bolt and drill that through, tighten it, and I'll give the rear portion of the manual transmission shifter linkage support, so I can get into gears here for the most part that I see and I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm still not a pro when it comes to shifting and doing all this other good stuff, but once that is connected, that should give me more stability in the rear, so it won't be as sloppy and as finicky. This thing kind of bothers me still, but it's not a big deal. It's just probably the way it is right here. And then I gotta turn that, and then after I get that going, I still have to wire it, meaning that I have to plug this in. I have to jump this to get it to start. Somebody else showed a diagram saying that what it was, that if you look through the loom and you dig through the loom through the under the dash, there's provisions for the manual transmission and the wiring harness. So I might not have to do any wiring. So I'm gonna try to look into that documentation again, just to verify and be sure. Because not that I'm afraid to do the wiring, but I'd rather not have to if I don't have to. Right, hold on a second. Okay, so as I said before, the engine and transmission is in, so thank God for that. And the transmission is kind of fully bolted up. They go to top of one engine mount that needs to get the washer and the lock nut, and here's the other one. So they are both mounted in their proper location. I just need to secure it. Then it could get down to me to start plugging and playing all the little hoses and different things like that, and then start prepping to put like the fan back on, aligning the belts and the pulleys and yada yada yada. So that's what that is. But some parts are still really dirty, and I want to kind of like brake clean them down You know, like right here, like this mess sludgy, and alternator look crazy. I was gonna take it off the bracket and maybe unbolt it and maybe paint that, but I don't know. Like I said, it's not really a rush. This still is kind of weeping. I'm just hoping that it's not from the top and it's just something else. The power steering stuff. I still gotta cut that line for the whatchamacallit, for the clutch, because I didn't cut it, the little nipple over the brake reservoir, like this little nipple right here. I'm gonna hand out the way so you can see it. You see that little thing right here? Right there, down there. I have to cut that, and then that hose, this hose right here, that hose goes on top of it. The throttle body and stuff like that is here. I mean, I got the stuff in. I mean, I'm getting there. Like I said, man, I really do wish that I had a place where I can like really work in this car, where it's like sheltered and maybe not as cold. I was recommended I should probably buy like one of those tents, like Harbor Freight or something like that, and just put it around the car and get one of them butane heaters and just have it like, you know, warming up the location. I mean, I might do that, but this is not my place. It's my parents' place, and I ain't trying to do anything something that's gonna, like, you know, mess up the look of the home. And the next bit is just trying to figure this thing all out. So, like I said, I'm doing some small things, just small little things. I'm probably gonna go around, get some brake clean, get those two nuts, and then try to start, like, you know, figuring out some other little things, and then just mapping some stuff out so I can start getting this back together. The radiator is secure in the shed. Everything's looking all right. I just want to drive it, man. We already know. Just want to drive it. I mean, look, when you open it up, looking good. You know what I'm saying? Then I worry about the cosmetics in the summertime. You know what I mean? Pick up, learn some bodywork stuff. I know some people who know some people. You know, but just like trying to straighten out and clean it up as best I can. I really wish I did go ham and clean the engine bay up a little bit better, but it is what it is. All right, let me get cracking. All right, back at it. I'm here. I'm trying to figure out what's all this stuff on this block, man. I don't know if that's from like the rain or something else. Like, I was here the last time, maybe when I was spraying the brake clean, that kind of stuff kind of splattered and made it get on there, but it looks kind of crazy. Now I'm trying to start buttoning up some stuff. I don't know, man. I'm gonna try to get under the car and see if I can try to at least align. I gotta make that hole. I really gotta figure that out, so I can kind of secure that piece. So that give me a peace of mind. I kind of wanted to do it when the transmission wasn't in the car, but had no choice but to do it with it out. Oh, so this white stuff. Hoping ain't no animals in here peeing on my junk. Anyway, I want to probably put this back down and set that up on the bracket. I gotta find out where that goes and remember where that goes, and start, like, you know, just lining things up and getting things kind of relatively back in place so I can start having a better visual of what I need to do. I was gonna try to clean up the alternator. I might spray it down some more just to, like, you know, get some of that heavy dirt off of it. I was gonna try to paint it, but I ain't got time for that, man. It's like, I got a lot of stuff to do and little time to do it because of the weather and Christmas and everything like that. So that's about that. I got some brake clean, and I'm gonna go onto the car and see what I want to do. I'm kind of upset because I was talking to a colleague of mine and who does like vinyl cutting and stuff like that, but he doesn't do it for automotive. He does it for like visual stuff and, you know, stickers and other crap. But because something hit me, I was like, you know, maybe I should wrap this car, because even though I like the look of the car, you know, when it's washed, it's relatively decent, but there are some imperfections, obviously, that fender is really messed up. I have to replace the fender, but we already know that. Slight dings and dents here. If you look at the paint, it's kind of rough. You know what I mean? Right now, those little black spots you see because the car hasn't been washed in such a long time. So once I really, like, get the stuff down and scrub it, it'll be good. But I was like, yeah, man, I can wrap the car. You know what I'm saying? Get some vinyl wrap it. It's relatively inexpensive. Try to do it myself. I got my brothers and stuff like that, and friends and everybody else who can possibly help. You know what I was trying to see where it goes from there. But then that's like, what color? So that's why I wanted to scrap, so I could like put a scrap on it and see. You know what I mean? I don't mind the blue, but a lot of the blues that I see when you go to the websites with the vinyls, it's like some crazy like metallic blue or some like blue like that. I ain't trying to have this car looking crazy. I don't want it to look like a wrap. The thing with wraps that used to bother me was that some of them you just know it's like a giant wrap on it. I want one that's relatively, you know, inconspicuous where I can look at it and say, oh, is that wrap? You know what I mean? Or is that like something different? I don't want to go for a matte finish. I might want to go for like a gloss polish finish, so it looks kind of like it will look if we're gonna paint it. You know what I mean? But then it's like, what color? I mean, I could always go black. That'd be kind of cool. But then it's like, I don't know. I don't know how the car look fully black. I mean, if I do like the red, you know, red is my favorite color. There's some like nice, kind of metallic, kind of almost coppery looking red that I saw that looked kind of really nice. And you know, but it looks good in pictures. It looks good when you look at it on the internet. But when you have it up close and personal, and you actually put it on the car, how would it look? Then that way I can wait on changing the color of the wheels. I can, you know, little things like that. But that's not that important because I got to get it running first. But it is something that crossed my mind. But I wanted that today, so I can at least just throw it on in and get started. But as you can see, a little windy. It's not that cold, but just windy. But let me get started. So, that's what I did today. Put this bracket back on. I try to clean up as best as I can with some brake clean and something like that. This was mad sludgy before. Now it's look a little bit better. And I'm surprised. I guess that stuff's just falling off. I gotta clean it up a little bit more. Maybe might pressure wash it. I'll spray it down again. Now you can see the Vickers stick on it. I gotta check these hoses, make sure it's not leaking. Trying to straighten up some more stuff. I was gonna try to like button up some more cabling, but I don't want to do nothing like that, and then I gotta move it anyway. I took the alternator off. I'm gonna see if I can give it to my cousin so he can take it to my other cousin, the one who rebuilt my starter for me. As you can see back there, bam. I'm gonna see if they can rebuild the alternator just in case. You know what I mean? I don't know if there's anything wrong with it, but just in case. It's getting kind of dark and brick out, so let's close this up. Right. I did a little something inside. I got to change the bolt and maybe try to find a different solution. All right, so here's the shifter linkage that we talked about before. I took pictures. I'll put the pictures up too. This is the hole I made. This is the bolt that I have. Right now it's kind of cocked to the side because this bolt's too long. It's not in the hole the way I want it to, and it's yada yada yada. But I'm gonna fix that. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna fix that when I get a chance. The bolt's kind of long and it doesn't have threads all the way to the top, so once I got to the maximum thread, it stopped threading in. So this is just the part to keep it kind of secure in the back. Once it's really tight, it's gonna be okay. It won't be shaking around as much and it'll be a little bit more flush. So that way, that way I can, you know, have some type of resistance in the rear of the shifter linkage. I cut the carpet down the middle right here so I can get to this hole. I bought this step bit and did all that. I'm not going to show you under the car right now, but it's getting there. Like I said, I'm just going to make a little progress. It's probably ain't going to get nothing done, obviously, before the new year. But at least I can go into 2020 with most of the stuff done. And then any day that it's not that cold, I'm going to try to tackle some more stuff with the car. Like I said, I want to get the pieces of vinyl from the colleague at my job. And just like, you know, lay it out in the car. It's not going to be a real layout, obviously, but just to see what I'm thinking about doing, because I'm really thinking about like when the rudder breaks and the car's running again, it's off these bricks. I'm really thinking about vinyl wrapping the car instead of having it looking like this. Depends after I wash it too. If it looks relatively decent after I wash it, I might just kind of stick with the patina look. But you know, to make it look a lot better, obviously wrapping it will be a bigger thing. And I would prefer to have something that looks relatively decent as opposed to looking kind of like shabby and kind of bummy. I am really leaning towards black, but you know, I don't know. I don't want to have like a black car looking crazy, and I'm not doing no matte finish thing. I want it to look like shiny, kind of like a pearl black or something like that. Nothing crazy, nothing too gimmicky and stupid looking. It's something that makes the car look nice. Cause you know some of the other colors they be having look crazy. Like I said, I would have did the blues, but the blues that they sell are too crazy, too wild, and too bright and stupid. Anyway, that's it for the night. Get home.